As the 2026 FRC season draws nearer, we need to revisit the top 10 FRC robots of 2025. From solid endgames to top elevators, fast maneuvering to reliable scoring, Reefscape showcased 10 robots that were far from subpar. The number 10 robot of 2025. 5940 Bread and their robot Taiyaki. Bread has once again shown that they are the upper crust of FRC. Our number 10 pick fit the theme perfectly, being named after a famed fish-shaped pastry from Japan. But make no mistake, this bot was not interested in any fishy business. Wry humor aside, Taiyaki took care of this challenge swimmingly. Its large ground intake fed tube through a funnel, aligning that tube quickly into its Ferris wheel claw. That claw handled game elements, hook, line, and sinker, becoming the 8th highest scorer in 2025. Speaking of hook, their fast and effective endgame hook gave them more time for cycles in the waning seconds. This dessert bun went 46-5, toasting the competition to wins at the Silicon Valley Regional and San Francisco Regional. Bread rose to the occasion at Worlds, becoming the captain of the 1 seed at the Milstein division, where they ultimately fell 1 point or 1 piece of algae away from an Einstein appearance. Safe to say our number 10 bot was no fish out of water. The number 9 robot of 2025. 422 the Mech Tech Dragons and their robot Wisp. The Mech Tech Dragons cooked up a machine that kept the district of Chesapeake at bay. Wisp won the Portsmouth district with just 1 loss and went through the Blacksburg district undefeated. They developed a solid 4 top tube auto, letting Wisp fly away with an early lead. Wisp scored algae with the gentlest touch, careful to not have any missed shots. Its quick cycle times cleared the reef of algae and filled it right up with tube. All those points totaled up to the most from a team in the Chesapeake district. Wisp whisked the deep cage with a reliable claw and winch system. So reliable in fact that they were ranked 3rd in the world for endgame scoring. Wisp willed Mech Tech to 60 wins on the season and a deep playoff push at Worlds. The Dragons were ultimately slayed at the finals on the Newton field, falling to some teams who we may or may not see later on in this list. Still not a bad finish for the 14th highest offense in the world, and it sets them firmly in 9th on our top 10. The number 8 robot of 2025. 2481 the Roboteers and their soda machine bot. The Roboteers sailed with a vending machine bot that dispensed wins up and down the Midwest. For the Roboteers, normal gearboxes just weren't enough. They built custom swerve modules with big wheels to prevent any slipping. This extra grip gave them extra speed for traversing the short cycle distance. Their ground intake had a ramp plus rollers plus a guide wall that picked up tube at any orientation and aligned it into the claw. All of this was powered by just 1 motor, and this was all built with simplicity in mind. The Roboteers took inspiration from their 2019 bot. They gave that machine mechanical alignment for that pick-and-place game. Cameras eyeing those April tags lined the bot up into scoring position, but if the bot saw that it was just a bit off, that's where the beauty of the slide adjustment came into play. Instead of repositioning at the base, the slide logic slid the end effector over. So close enough really was close enough. Its auto shoot handled scoring all by itself. It even had cameras tracking its distance to the reef. If it felt it wasn't close enough, it would automatically raise the elevator a bit more to account for the distance to slam dunk the tube. A bot this huge couldn't hang with the normal hook. The Roboteers fitted this machine with a hug claw, and it needed 2 ratchets to winch this big bot off the ground. A feat of engineering like this doesn't go unnoticed. This bot earned the Roboteers a Creativity Award and Excellence in Engineering Award during their regional play. The Roboteers used the song Undefeated in their robot reveal video, which fits the undefeated record through the Arkansas and Central Illinois regionals. At Worlds, this bot plundered its way to an Archimedes Division win, but that would be their last win of the year. Their last 2 matches were the 2 losses that ended their season in the Einstein bracket. Even though they didn't earn a championship, their excellent engineering names this bot the 8th best bot of 2025. The number 7 robot of 2025. 1678 the Citrus Circuits and their robot Sublime. Our number 7 robot was far from subpar. The Citrus Circuits designed Sublime with CAD so sleek, it was briefly the poster child of the CAD software company Onshape. The Circuits built Sublime with speed in mind. Their design limited the misses and bounces from game pieces, cutting down on time needed to go back for rebounds. Its large intake ensured no dead spots for coral collection. The rollers had a lock, ensuring all that tube wouldn't go the wrong way. Its sideways claw gave the algae a little spin to control it going into the barge. All of that on a lightweight elevator that spent no time going right back to scoring. Sublime scored pieces so quickly, they needed to reinforce the bar to keep it from breaking like what happened at Contra Costa. Sublime subdued opponents at all 3 of their regional events. Headed into Worlds, Sublime went through a redesign to keep it from looking the same in the end. Citrus improved their endgame grappler with a polycarb flytrap for quicker climbs. This allowed them to squeeze in a few extra cycles. All that speed and efficiency in their scoring set them as the number 5 scoring offense in the world, and it lands them at number 7 on our list. In a perfect world, this bot goes farther than a 57-8 record. The season for Sublime ended in the playoffs at the Daily Field. Needless to say, Sublime had fans feeling a change of state from solid to gas without passing through the liquid phase. That's the wrong definition. Sublime had fans feeling a state of such excellence, grandeur, or beauty as to inspire great admiration or awe. That's the definition. It made fans feel that way. The number 6 robot of 2025. 118 the Robonauts and their robot Firefly. You would not believe your eyes if a machine as well built as 118's Firefly blazed its way across the field. The Robonauts outdid themselves yet again with a bot that flew to a 110 win season, and not 1, not 2, but an astronomical 7 blue banners. In iconic gold and white, this amazing maze of belts and cables ensured there would be no waste of space. Its complex intake could grab tube laying in any orientation, feeding it into a very intricate arm. Firefly sported a bending claw and an elevator, but only needed that extra lift for L4 coral. Custom 3D printed parts cut down on weight, which in turn cut down on time for cycles. Tongue springs on the algae claw allowed Firefly to slam dunk algae, keeping bounce backs to a minimum. The original climber had finger grabbers and was human operated. It evolved throughout the season to be an automatic process featuring locking wheels and magnets to hold on and stay on. In fact, most of the processes for Firefly were automatic, allowing 1/8 team to make light work of the competition. They breezed through 4 district events as well as the Arkansas Regional and a district championship subdivision win. Firefly scorched the Milstein field for their first Einstein trip since 2017. All those points totaled up to the 6th highest scoring bot in the world and the number 6 bot on our list. Just like Nathan Fillon and Alan Tudyk, Firefly had one amazing season. We've reached the halfway point, so let's look back at what we've covered so far. At number 10, Bread and Taiyaki rolled over the competition in an off-the-hook season. Number 9, the Mech Tech Dragons and Wisp blew through the District of Chesapeake. At number 8, the Roboteers and their Root Beer bot dispensed wins to an Einstein appearance. At number 7, the Citrus Circuits and Sublime squeezed out victories at 3 regionals. And at number 6, the Robonauts and Firefly lit up the sky to the tune of 110 wins on the season. On to the rest of the list. The number 5 robot of 2025. 2056 OP Robotics and their robot Lightning. OP has a habit of building OP bots, and Lightning was another flash of brilliance. Much like Firefly, Lightning featured a mechanism in their intake to straighten out coral. Appropriately dubbed the Straightenator, a set of rollers realigned the coral into the intake. Limelight Vision aided adjustment to pick up no matter how the tube landed coming out of the station. In short, Lightning could strike from any angle. A gripper claw handled both game pieces. Rollers locked the coral in place and pinched the algae. It could easily put up 5 top tubes in auto, and was one of the best algae bots in the world. 2 mounted cameras never lost sight of April tags at the reef, and the claw had no issue dunking that coral down. The whole climb sequence was automated. A high gear ratio got that heavy bot off the field, and its sleek claw kept the cage in place. Lightning flashed with LED feedback for the drivers, glowing that OP blue when it was ready to score. They even set the controller to vibrate when it was all good to go. At season's end, no one had a higher EPA in 2025 than OP Robotics. Lightning streaked its way through the province of Ontario to 2 district wins and a win at the district championship, only losing 1 match headed into Worlds. They fought back from the lower bracket on the daily division and secured another trip to the Einstein field. OP still fell just short of making another appearance in the grand finals, but the white-hot season is still good enough to make Lightning the number 5 robot on our list. The number 4 robot of 2025, 190, Gompei and the Herd and their robot Stack Up. Gompei was the GOAT of the New England District in 2025, and Stack Up's clever design led them to become the number 1 scorer in the region. They stacked Stack Up with an ingenious Venus flytrap funnel for station feeding. A sensor in the intake reacted when 2 blocked the light mounted on the other side, automatically closing it in that patent-pending pinching motion. The funnel fed the elevator for tube at any level, and auto-align made sure they would stack up tube in the right spot. Their ground feeder for algae was a thing of beauty. A folding claw and retracting roller sprung to life at just the push of a button. The claw had a soft touch that would put algae into the processor and even put algae in the net. That Venus flytrap design carried into endgame with their Venus flytrap grappler. It trapped the cage in place and a winch got Gonpei airborne. Stacked up 68 wins in a season where Gonpei herded 3 district wins and a division win at the New England District Championship. They ranked 4th at the Galileo field and were selected by the 2 seed. Their season ended in the Galileo playoffs, but their robot still stacked its way up to number 4 on our list. The number 3 robot of 2025, 1690 Orbit and their robot Whisper. Orbit soared with a bot that got a lot of people talking when they revealed it. With a game based on short distances and high up placements, Orbit made sure to steer clear of a tippy bot. They built Whisper with a sturdy center of gravity and a beefed up gear ratio to prioritize acceleration over speed. The ground intake featured grippy rollers to keep those tubes from slipping. Those quick bursts and quick grabs made for quick cycles. But it wasn't how much they scored that got Whisper making noise. It was how they scored it. While the rest of the league built claws or funnels for lift mechanisms, Orbit put together the best functioning suction cup arm. But this cup didn't suck when it came to scoring. This machine maxed out a reef just 48 hours into the regular season, and they never dipped from the top 10 in EPA for the whole year. Now, a superpowered bot needs some superpowered coding. Whisper was next level autonomous in the autonomous period. It remembered where Coral had already been scored and knew to score on the closest and highest position. This led to reliably consistent and consistently reliable 5 top tube autos. All that and then some in only the first 15 seconds made Whisper the number 1 autonomous mode scorer in the world. Then there's Endgame. Whisper gripped the cage with a fast claw fitted with a large magnet to keep the cage from slipping. Orbit once again swept the Israel district. They had a 44-6 record through their 2 district wins and district championship win. They rocketed through the Johnson division and found themselves back at a 2nd consecutive Einstein Finals appearance. Ultimately, they fell just short of back-to-back titles. Needless to say, Whisper didn't go down quietly. The number 2 robot of 2025, 1323 Madtown Robotics, and another big bot. Madtown's patented Big Bot yet again took them big places. More specifically, this swerve bot drove Madtown to a 53-3 season and some of the biggest wins in the biggest moments. Though they're known for their big bots, at 28 by 28 inches, this bot was actually their smallest one in recent years. Their compact design still gave them the height they needed while maintaining size and weight limits. Surprising, since it looks like some of those parts came straight off a C-17 Globemaster. With all that weight, they made sure to keep it all low to avoid a ye old tippy bot. A big claw with big gears kept a grip on game pieces, and its wrist motion let it score any piece at any orientation. That wrist came in handy for building level 1 pyramids in late phases of a match. For the rest of the reef, its quick 4-stage elevator handled the tube at all levels. Intake straightened the tube upon entry, and a sensor queued up the entire handoff motion, automatically moving the tube along into scoring position. In fact, like other teams on this list, the sequences for reef and barge scoring were all automatic. Even their backpack endgame was automatic. Hefty rollers spun to lock that deep cage in place. A sensor on the claw let the bot know when it had a good grip on things. Then it folded the elevator down and grabbed a hold of the algae intake with its claw to ensure that no part would touch the ground. Now that's thinking ahead. This tank went 33-1 in their 2 regionals, winning Silicon Valley with our number 10 bot, and winning Contra Costa with our number 7 bot. They made light work of the Newton field en route to their 3rd consecutive Einstein's Finals appearance. When the dust settled, Madtown finished 2025 with their 2nd championship in 3 years, and 3rd title in team history. A truly remarkable run, and it lands them as the number 2 bot of 2025. Before we get to the number 1 bot, let's take a look at some honorable mentions. How about 3015 Ranger Robotics and their robot Organi Prongingi? It's a name that means business, and it went 41-16 with the Montreal Regional win. What about 254 the Cheesy Poofs and their robot Undertow? While it's uncommon for the Poofs to not crack a top 10 in regards to anything FRC related, this time they just missed the cut. Undertow underwent major upgrades throughout the season, resulting in a 42-7 record. They won the East Bay and Sacramento regionals, and were 1 piece of algae away from a Milstein division win with the number 10 bot. How about 179 Children of the Swamp and 180 Spam? These 2 number neighbors took the state of Florida by storm, winning the Orlando and South Florida regionals together. Children of the Swamp almost won the Daily Field, while Spam won the Galileo Field at Worlds, their 1st division win in over a decade. Speaking of dynamic duos, how about 1778 Chill Out with their robot Sub-Zero, and 2046 Bare Metal with their robot Barracuda? These 2 teams had similar bots with similar success. Their windmill arms led them to a pair of district wins together, which culminated into a head-to-head matchup in the playoffs at the PNW District Championship. The Pacific Northwest District cooked in 2025, making it really hard to not just make the entire top 10 all PNW teams. #no bias. The 22 teams the PNW District sent to Worlds combined for a 140, 112-3 record. 13 of those teams made it to the playoffs on their respective fields, including 2 division winners, and of course, the number 1 robot of 2025. The number 1 robot of 2025, 2910 Jack in the Bot and their robot Spectre. Jack in the Bot's designs sometimes inspire other teams in the process of creating their own bots. Sometimes, those other teams include Jack in the Bot. Much like the Robo-Tiers basing their 2025 bot off of their own 2019 bot, Jack based Spectre off of their own 2023 bot. They built a similar arm from that pick-and-place game, giving it added speed and length for the new challenge. Jack in the Bot has been big about swerve, and this machine is no different. Spectre possessed 5 swerve modules. It practically floated across the field, and their claw had supernatural speed for tube and algae. Like others before it, they programmed this bot so each button on the controls had different move sets depending on the game state. 4 limelights tracked April tags. When Spectre knew it was in scoring position, its fully automatic end effector put up the tube unprompted. Even more, Spectre knew if it was faster to score from the front or from the back, depending on where it saw the April tags. Talk about having a sixth sense. Spectre sprinted with a 4-top tube auto, then switched to one of the most effective lollipop autos in later matches. That fast telescopic arm put up game pieces from its side, and even from the opposing side. They would clutch Algae for steals in clutch matches. Spectre stole Algae so quickly, so often, and so effectively that it had the opposing alliance seeing ghosts. Spectre was so about the Algae, it even touted a strip of it to give it extra grip for endgame climbing. And it needed that to keep itself from slipping with the speed at which it climbed. Indeed, Spectre showcased the fastest climb in the world. 2 large wheels snatched the bar of the deep cage, and the backpack position mechanically locked into place, keeping it from relaxing to the ground. Spectre's 33-1 record through its Sammamish and Auburn district wins, and a 15-2 run in its district championship win certainly had the team in high spirits. With Madtown, they breezed through the Newton playoffs at Worlds and made light work of the Einstein field. The fast cycles, fast climb, and fast Algae steals secured Jak and the Bot their first championship in team history. The incredible season that Jak and the Bot had, and the mechanical masterpiece they had the season with, names Spectre the #1 robot of 2025. Do you agree with the list? What teams should have been here? Let us know down in the comments. Also, let us know what other FRC videos you would like to see. If you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on the 2026 recaps. And of course, a video on the top 10 robots of 2026. Until then, stay safe, and remember, gracious in victory, professional in defeat. Amen.
Their partner Orbit doing the same. The Blue Alliance, though, stealing some Algae, Jak and the Bot from Red, and putting it up in the barge for the Blue Alliance.